Good morning students, here your computer teacher Rasika Patel from Pratibha International School. Hope you all are good at your health along with your parents. So today we are going to start with our new lesson. So before we start with our lesson, I just wanted to remind you that in the last video I have given you some assignments. In that assignments, very few of them they have submitted their assignments. I want the remaining students also to submit the assignments so that I can give a record of it and keep it with me. Don't forget students, along from this assignment itself you are going to get your marks for your internals. Now without wasting much more time in this other things, let us start with our third lesson, that is Windows 7. So now before we start with the Windows 7, what is Windows? Yes students, anybody knows what is Windows? Yes, Windows is an operating system that acts as an interface between the user and the computer. Yes, what is Windows? Windows is an operating system that acts as an interface between the user and the computer. So what is an window? Windows is an operating system. What it does? What that operating system does? It acts as an interface. Interface means what? When two persons are not talking. For example, two friends are not talking. So in between, a third person enters into it as a mediator. So the same way this operating system works between the user and the computer as a mediator. Understood what is the meaning of interface in simple words? Now let us move forward in the next point. Features of Windows 7. So what are the features of Windows 7? So Windows 7 is fast, more reliable and secure. Means what? We can use it very easily and learn it very fast. And the working of the Windows 7 is quite faster than the previous versions. Then better memory management. So here we can manage our memory according to our wishes. Then the third one, more personal. What is more personal? That is, we can redecorate our desktop with new themes, slideshow or handy gadgets. So what is this slideshow? You know, different wallpapers we are giving. In that wallpapers also, we are giving a slideshow for the wallpapers. So how to do that we have already seen in the previous year. So this is nothing but a more personal. Then next is jump list in Windows 7. So we have so many jump lists in Windows 7. What this jump list does? So it takes us directly to the documents, pictures, songs or web pages as we want. So jump list in Windows 7 is nothing but it takes us directly to the page wherever we want to go. Fifth one, Windows taskbar. The main feature of Windows taskbar is a taskbar. So in this taskbar, what we can do? Yes, we have thumbnails. That is thumbnail previews, easier to see icons and pin them as a desired by the users. If suppose I have opened a Word file, or you can say I have opened a Paint file. So in that Paint file, what I want to do? I want to switch my application from Paint to Word. But as I complete my Word document, I want to come back to my Paint. So what I'll do? I'll minimize it. As I'll minimize, I can see the minimized icon in my taskbar. So this is the best feature of Windows 7. Now sixth one, it allows us to create the shortcut icons in the taskbar. So if we want any shortcut icon for suppose Word, Paint, so those shortcut icons can be created and kept into our taskbar. So these are the features of Windows 7. Now if we want to know more about the features of Windows 7, then just go on, click on Start, then click on All Programs, then go and click on Accessories. At the end, go and click on Getting Started option. In that, you will get more features of Windows 7. I'll repeat again. Click on Start, All Programs, Accessories, and at the end click on Getting Started option. So before we begin, I just wanted to ask you one question. Who is the founder of Microsoft? I'll repeat again. Who is the founder of Microsoft? Yes, Bill Gates is the founder of Microsoft. Even he is the richest man in the world. So who is the founder of Microsoft? Bill Gates is the founder of Microsoft. Now one more thing I want to ask you. Do you know the latest version of Windows? I'll repeat the question. Do you know the latest version of Windows? So the latest version of Windows is Windows 10. So what is the latest version of Windows? It is Windows 10. Now let us move forward. See, these are the various editions of Windows. So on the screen you can see different icons of the editions of Windows. So Microsoft Windows, then it was Microsoft Windows, the second one. Then Microsoft Windows 95, Microsoft Windows 98. After 98 we got Windows 2000. Then we got Windows XP. Then Windows Vista, Windows Mobile, then Windows Phone. Then we have got Windows 7, and after that we got Windows 8, 9 and 10. So the latest version we have got is Windows 10. So look at the icons, students. Each Windows having its own icon. As there is a new version of Windows or new edition of Windows, the icons have been changed. So you can see each Windows having its own icons. Now Windows 7 Desktop. So in Windows 7 Desktop, so we have operating system, desktop, taskbar, Windows and icon. So you can see, so desktop, this is called as a desktop, icon, start button and taskbar. So if students, if I'm asking you in a paper that label the diagram, so here I can inform you to label it. So I may keep the boxes empty and you just have to label them by its names: icon, desktop, start button, taskbar. So tell me, what is the use of a start button? Yes, students. Yes, start button, it is present at the left side of our desktop. So once we go and click on the start button, the different programs will appear in the form of a buttons on it. So a pop-up menu will appear. In that we'll have different programs. Taskbar. So taskbar is present at the bottom of the screen that displays the start button on the left side. Notification area. Again, notification area is on the right side, which includes a clock and some icons. So at the right corner of the taskbar, we have notification area. In that notification area, we have clock and some icons. See now, whatever the images are present on our desktop, which plays important role in graphic user interface, those are icons. So what are icons? Icons play a very important role in graphical user interface. In graphical user interface. Now let us go a little deep into an icons. We have icons which are fixed for particular applications. So let us learn each icon and its use one by one. Here, this is an image of an computer icon. So it gives you a view of available drives and their contents stored on the computer. And if we want to open this icon, double clicking on a drive icon will display the folder contained in that drive. So whenever we want to open this icon, we just have to double click on it. So understood what is computer icon, what all things are there in computer icon, and how to open it. Understood, students? Now we'll go for the next one. Application icon. So these are few examples of the application icon. So same kind of icons are also present in your mobiles also. So what is there? So these are the graphical images that give a quick access to the related application. Suppose I want to open a Gmail. So for a Gmail I have separate icon. So these are all applications. For each application they have their own icons. So Gmail, I'll go and click on the Gmail, double click on the Gmail, then my Gmail application will get open. If I want to open a YouTube, I'll just go and click on that YouTube. My YouTube application will get open onto my screen. Now next is shortcut icon. Shortcut icon is indicated by the arrow which is present at the left hand corner of the folder. So any of the applications, suppose you have document, if you have PowerPoint, any of the application whose shortcut you want on the desktop, then that shortcut will be indicated by a small arrow at the left hand corner of the bottom corner of the application. A shortcut is an icon containing a direct route to a specific application, document or a folder, etc. Suppose I want to open Word file directly. Instead of going for the procedure, what is the procedure for opening a Word file? Go to Start, All Programs, then click on Microsoft Office, then go and click on Microsoft Office Word 2007. So this way we are going. So instead of going this way, you can create a shortcut icon on your desktop and keep it. And on that desktop, by clicking on this icon, shortcut icon of the Word, you will go directly to the main page of the Word. Understood, students? What is the use of a shortcut icon? Now the next one is document icon. So the active document window of an application can be minimized to a document icon which is placed in the taskbar. Now for Word, we have this document icon. For PowerPoint, we have something else. For Excel, we have something else. So each document has its own icon. So whichever document is active, after minimizing, this icon will be present in the taskbar. Understood, students, what is document icon? The next one, network icon. So now you all are quite more familiar about this network icon. So what does this network icon does? It allows you to access the shared files or devices on different computers in a network environment. Suppose I have 5 to 7 computers in a computer lab, and these computers have been connected to each other. So now if I want to share any file from one computer to another computer, so that can be shared with the help of this network. Understood, students? With the help of this network, we can share the files or folders between the 2 to 3 computers. Recycle bin. Now this is very important icon or very important application in our computer. So what is this recycle bin? It works like a trash bin. Trash bins means what? Dustbin. So what is the use of a dustbin? So dustbin is used for to throw unwanted material. So these papers can be taken out if needed. So suppose in recycle bin, if we are deleting something, so that can be again restored. So we can restore back the deleted files. Okay. So again I'll repeat the use of a recycle bin. Recycle bin is a folder that holds the deleted objects until it is emptied. We can take back the deleted files and restore them to their original locations. Understood what is the use of a recycle bin? One more thing, students. If we want the file or folder, suppose for example you have created a drawing, but that drawing is not so good, so you don't want that drawing in your computer. So for deleting it permanently, you will press Shift plus Delete keys. So for deleting permanently any file, folder or image, you will press Shift plus Delete. So what you will press? Shift plus Delete is used to delete files or folders permanently. Now students, for further points, I am sharing a small animated video with you. I hope you will enjoy this animation and you will learn more from this.
Kiko, you said that the most popular operating system is Microsoft Windows. Which is the most effective version of MS Windows? I would say MS Windows 7 is the most effective operating system for general purpose computer system. It is used both for personal and business purpose. What is so special about Windows 7? Windows 7 provides you with a graphical user interface or GUI. This means it uses pictures or buttons for performing different operations. So by using Windows 7, you do not have to remember all the commands. You can create, rename, copy or delete files just by using the mouse on Windows 7. Great! Please tell me about some of the features of Windows 7. Windows 7 has new features, improved programs, and faster speed. There are new security tools that help you to keep your computer secure. The control panel allows you to change display settings, add or remove programs, or change date and time. Windows 7 Home Premium, Windows 7 Professional, and Windows 7 Ultimate are the most common editions of Windows 7 operating system. We can run many applications at the same time in Windows. This is called multitasking. Let me now tell you about files and folders in Windows 7. A file is a collection of data which is stored on some storage device such as hard disk. A folder is a place where many files are stored. One or more files can be stored in a folder. A folder may also contain different folders with files in them. How do we create a folder? These are the steps to create a new folder on your desktop. First, move the mouse pointer away from icons and desktop and right-click the mouse. A shortcut menu appears. Second, click the New option. A new sub-menu appears. Select the folder option. You get a new folder on the desktop. Fourth, type the name of the folder as you want. There you now have a folder on the desktop to store files in it. Thanks. Now, how do I create a file? A file can be created in any programs in Windows. When you draw a painting or type a letter and try to save it, you will have to give them a name. So, after naming and saving it, a file is created. How do I open a file or folder after creating one? To open a file or folder, just move the mouse over it and double-click it. The file or folder will open and display the content. How do we change the name of a file or folder? Changing the name of a file or folder is called renaming. To rename a file or folder, just follow these steps. First, select the file or folder that has to be renamed. Next, right-click the mouse button and select Rename. Now, type the new name that you wish to give to the file or folder. Can we select a lot of files or folder at the same time? Definitely, Rennie. Adjacent and non-adjacent are two ways of selecting multiple files or folder. To select files or folders in adjacent way, click the first folder to be selected, then hold down the Shift key and click on the last folder or file to be selected. All the adjacent files or folders will be selected. To select files or folders in non-adjacent way, first click the first file to be selected. Then, hold down the Control key and click on each of the items that you wish to select. All the non-adjacent files or folders will be selected. How do we delete a file or folder? To delete a file, just follow these steps. First, select the file or folder that has to be deleted. Next, right-click the mouse button and select the Delete option. You will see the Windows 7 confirmation dialog box before deleting the file or folder. Click Yes to delete the file or folder or No to cancel deleting. Can I move a file or folder from one place to another in the computer? Sure. These are the steps to move a file or folder to another place. First, click on the file or folder that you wish to move. Then, right-click the mouse and click on the Cut option. Select the drive or location where you wish to save the file or folder. Now, right-click the mouse and click Paste. The file will be saved in the new location. Thanks. Can we copy a file or folder and paste a duplicate copy in another location? Definitely, Rennie. These are the steps to copy a file or folder and put it in another location. First, select the files or folders that you wish to copy. Right-click the mouse and click on Copy. Select the location where you wish to put the files or folders. Right-click the mouse and select Paste. The files will be pasted in the new location. Thank you, Kiko. Now I know a lot about MS Windows 7.
So students, hope you have enjoyed this video and you understood much more things in this video. So now these are some things which are shortcut ways to create a folder, delete a folder, then copy a folder and delete a folder. So this is one way of creating. Another way we'll discuss in next video. That's it for the day. Have a good day ahead.